My dear learners, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. I hope you all are well by the special grace of Almighty Allah. I am Abdur Rahman. Uh, I am here with subject English for class 6, lecture number 2 on behalf of Islamabad Collegiate School, Khulna. Dear guys, we all know that corona pandemic is existing all over the world, and because of this we are away from our class activities, and Islamabad Collegiate School has arranged online class activities and my class is a part of that. Dear learners, we enjoyed lecture number 1 with some slides discussing the model question or mark distributions with a model question. Now you should enjoy lecture number 2. Dear learners, today we will discuss question number 2 and later 1. There is a scene passage from your textbook and this is lesson 21. You should open at lesson 21 and look at our screen along with that. Hassan Raja was born in 1854 in a wealthy landlord's family in Sylhet. He did not receive much formal education. In his youth, he led a life of luxury. He had everything: money, comfort, and pleasure. Hassan Raja is a famous person. His full name Dewan Hassan Raja Chaudhuri. Dear learners, do you know his father's name or mother's name? I think you know. Despite I would like to make you know or I would like to tell you. His father's name Dewan Ali Raja and his mother's name is Hurmut Jahan Bibi. And from this passage you will know about his biography or his life history. Dewan Hassan Raja was a Bengali mystic poet and songwriter. His unique style of music made him one of the prominent figures in Bengali cultures you know. Hassan Raja was born on 21st December 1854 in Bishwanath at Bishwanath Upazila. He was a mystic poet. Do you know what mystic is? Oh yes, I think you know the word mystic. তোমরা হয়তো জানো যে মিস্টিক বলতে কি বোঝায়, তবুও আমি তোমাদের একটু ব্যাখ্যা করছি. মিস্টিক ইজ এ পারসন হু সিক্স প্লেজার ইন ক্রিয়েটর. Mystic is a person who seeks by contemplation and self-surrender to obtain unity with deity or God. Mystic is a person who lives his worldly life and become united with God through devotion and through the love to mankind. Now, dear students, at one time he understood that all these are meaningless. All these means all the things, all the worldly things are meaningless, as money, worldly pleasure and comfort, all are meaningless. He gave away all of his properties, and understanding all these are meaningless, he gave away all his meaningless. He left his earthly life. He started to think deeply about the Creator, about life, death, and mankind. He thought and thought about the Creator, about how he could be a virtuous or pious or a spotless person. Hasan Raja wrote a lot of songs, perhaps about 1,000 in number. A lot of songs, about 1,000 in number. He wrote about 1,000 songs. It is a great in number. His book called Hasan Udas was published in 1906. Hasan Udas was written by Hasan Raja and it was published. It came out in 1906. The book had 206 songs and in it. The book contained 206 songs. In his songs, Hasan called himself Crazy Hasan Raja or the Pagla Hasan. Through his book, we can know that Hasan called himself a Crazy Hasan or Pagla Hasan. The word crazy meaning Pagla. A volume called Hasan Raja Samogro. Samogro means complete works of one's life. Here Hasan Raja also wrote. Hasan Raja Samogro was also published. It was also published during his life. The book contained 500 poems and songs. Some of the songs were written by the poet in Hindi. He did not write only in Bangla, but also he wrote in Hindi too. From this point, we have understood that, or we can conjecture that he had prudency. He had prudence both in Bangla and Hindi. Hasan Raja's songs were always popular in Sylhet, but very soon they spread all over Bangladesh and beyond. In India's West Bengal, some eminent folk singers made Hasan's songs popular. When you grow older, you will learn more about the great mystic poet through reading and listening to his songs. Eminent meaning famous or prominent. Dear learners, there are 5 questions here and you have to answer 5 questions, and these questions will carry 10 marks. Where was Hasan Raja born? Who did Hasan Raja how did Hasan Raja lead his early life? What did Hasan Raja call himself? Why did Hasan Raja live the life of comfort and pleasure? I think you know. E. He gave away all of his properties. Why? Describe it. Dear students, you should try to answer all these questions and you will take help from me in the class if you don't understand. 3. Read the text and answer the following questions. This is also this is an unseen comprehension or passage. There will be 2 unseen comprehensions or passages. One comprehension also may be given or 2 may be given, but you have to practice twice or in 2 ways. Our national poet Kazi Nazrul Islam. This passage deals with our national poet Kazi Nazrul Islam. You might have heard the name of national poet. You might have known about him well. He is our national poet. He was born in Didan, India, and he was brought to Bangladesh and he was given the title. He was made our national poet. He is called the rebel poet of our country. He contributed much to our liberation war through his fiery voice. He inspired our freedom fighters through his songs and through his nice writings, you know. Dear learners, you should read our national poet Kazi Nazrul Islam was born in 1899 at Churulia in Bordhon of West Bengal. His life went through hardship, so he was called Dukhu Mia. Due to poverty, he had to leave school. His poems inspired the freedom fighters during the Liberation War. Ognibina, Bisherbashi are his famous writings. An unknown disease attacked him. He then lost his voice and memory. After the independence of Bangladesh in 1972, he was taken to Dhaka along with his family. He was given the citizenship of Bangladesh on 29 August 1976. This rebel poet took his last breath. He was buried beside the mosque of Dhaka University campus. Dear learners, you have learnt about the life history of our Qazi Nazrul Islam, the national poet. Now we are going to learn about another world famous writer or dramatist along with poet too, William Shakespeare. I think that none of you don't have idea regarding this very personality. William Shakespeare was a famous English dramatist. He was born on 23rd April in 1564. He married at the age of 18. He became a well-known actor and playwright. Playwright meaning dramatist, or a person one who writes plays or dramas. He wrote 37 plays and 154 sonnets. Do you know what sonnet is? You should think over this very question, sonnet. Now, I can tell you that sonnet is a kind of poem having 14 lines and 10 syllables, containing 10 syllables in each line. His famous plays are King Lear, Hamlet, As You Like It, etc. He died on 23rd April in 1616. He was buried in Stratford churchyard. He is known to us as both a great poet and a dramatist. His works have been translated into many languages. There, you know, William Shakespeare is the greatest dramatist of all times of the world, and his writings are translated or diverted into many other languages of the world. Now, question number A. Complete the following table with the information given in the passage. Dear learners, you have learnt some important points from the passage, and you have to put information in the blank spaces, and this type of question is called information transfer or transformation of information. You have to put some information here. Events: born in place year, Qazi Nazrul Islam. That means where was Qazi Nazrul Islam born? Country: where William Shakespeare born? England should be the answer. Famous writings: Qazi Nazrul Islam's famous writings, Ognibina, Bisherbashi, etc. Number of sonnets written by William Shakespeare, you know, 154. Buried place, Qazi Nazrul Islam in front of the mosque of Dhaka University campus, or beside the mosque of Dhaka University campus. Dear learners, we are about to finish today's class. Now, I would like to suggest you to stay at home and keep safe and say your prayers. You should engage yourselves in studies too. You should not be anxious, and we will meet again with our next class, lecture number 3, and you were given some suggestions, some paragraphs were given as suggestions or homework, and you should try to take preparation in those. And in our next class we will change and we will offer you another chapter as your homework, and you should practice the questions also done in our two lectures. Thank you so much. Allah